You're back on the air with Eric and Robin Gagnon of We Sell Restaurants. We Sell Restaurants operates the largest restaurant brokerage company in the nation based on number of listings, transaction count, and volume. We are franchising nationwide and have offices in Florida, Colorado, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Georgia.
We're joined today by Erica Magarill. Erica is a New York-based casting director who's currently working on a project called Buying the Dream, and as well as a celebrity chef, would-be celebrity chef and quite popular chef in his Dallas market. And I want to ask, just refer to something we talked about briefly off the air, and that is, Erica, tell us really quickly a bit about Buying the Dream, and then, Chef, I want you to tell us what you said about what would have happened if that had been in existence 13 years ago.
Mm-hmm. So this show falls under the category of lifestyle programming. We are focused on finding people with amazing stories and great personalities, stories that are accessible and relatable of, quote-unquote, buying the dream. And what that means is people who have relocated, who have turned their lives upside down, left their comfort zone, taken a risk, and moved for a fresh start. And one of the storylines that we think fits this profile so very well is a new restaurant, and finding someone who has moved a good distance to start a restaurant. And first-time restaurant owners are a bonus because, like I said, we really want to focus on that lifestyle change and that transition, and we want to see how different things are when you start your first opportunity in the industry.
So Chef Abraham Saloon operates 2 restaurants in Dallas, Texas, but Chef, you are an American success story, and you actually have lived the American dream and would have been a perfect fit for this show if it had started a decade past. So tell us a little bit about that.
True. I was hired to work in a small bed and breakfast in Texas, in San Antonio, and the job, unfortunately, was not what was promised, and it lasted only 8 months. So I found myself without a job and with a work permit that was valid to stay for another year and a half. So I found a job, and then started looking for a location for my own restaurant. And I think if I had had somebody to guide me a little bit on how to start it, how to get through all the process, because I had at the same time had to adjust of living in a new place, opening a business, being an immigrant, trying to get all the immigration process. So, I mean, if this program could cover things like that for people, I think not only would you be doing a good deed for someone, but you would be showing other people, that if you come and you work hard and do things the right way, you can do anything. So
I agree with that. We definitely want to support and inspire, for sure.
Yeah.
Erica, let me ask you this. A lot of people now are becoming part of celebrity television, whether it's for one episode or a whole series, but not everybody becomes as popular as Duck Dynasty folks. So what happened usually after people go on the show? What are some of the success stories or follow-up things that happen to people after they've been on some of these food reality TV shows?
The book deal, obviously, is the first thing that happens, especially with food cookbooks. They're pretty easy to produce very quickly. The book deal is huge. The talk show circuit, obviously, is something that is also really big. And I think that everybody's ultimate goal would be, if they were doing some kind of group cast thing, would be a spin-off, some kind of show that would focus just on them, especially if it focused on their recipes specifically. The platform for Food Network and the new network, the Cooking Channel, those things are really supportive for that. And that sort of, I think, helps cultivate the celebrity chef. And right now, I think also that there is a growing trend of agencies that specialize in culinary talent, both in terms of restaurants and restaurateurs, but also just chefs independently as well.
I think that's very true, because I was actually had that question on my list here, because Food Network is obviously the monster in the room, and they started with cooking shows, but now they have morphed into shows about everything, with restaurants undercover and food trucks and grocery store competition. We got a flyer yesterday. They're casting for restaurant brokers, and I'm sure you all need to tell them we're perfect for it. But they've gone really far beyond a chef standing in the kitchen and putting food together. Do you both agree that this is kind of the catalyst for chefs needing to be more than just great at front of the house, back of the house, and above all, food?
I think it has already been the catalyst. I mean, we've as far as I know in our industry, the attendance to culinary schools shot up tremendously after the whole movement started. When I went to school 25 years ago, it wasn't being a chef wasn't a popular thing. It was just a career that I chose because I loved cooking. And then now it's the in thing. It's great to be a chef. I think people think it's a very glamorous job, and it can be glamorous at sometimes. Most of the time, it's not. You just work really, really hard, really long hours, and not in the best conditions. But yeah, I think we've got to think reality show for getting more people into the business and having a more people to choose from when they do come out of culinary schools.
Okay, so we only have a couple of minutes left in this segment, and I just want to make sure I get back to Erica and let her tell us one last time, for anyone who may have joined the show late, a little bit about this new project that you're kicking off called Buying the Dream. So just give us like that 30-second spiel, if you would, Erica, on your new project, and I'll remind you that you can get information on this at our website, We Sell Restaurants, and through all of our social media channels.
Oh, thanks for the opportunity. So it's a developing show. It hasn't aired yet, hasn't filmed yet, but we're just getting the process underway. It's all about folks who want a lifestyle change, want to take a chance, leave their comfort zone, start fresh, and move to a new location. We really love the idea of someone taking the high stakes and starting a new business or career path, and we're really hoping to find a first-time restaurant owner, someone who's moving to a new location to buy their first restaurant and give it a shot.
Okay, you heard it here first. This is Robin and Eric Gagnon. We're the Restaurant Brokers, and this week's show has focused on celebrity plus chef. Is this combination changing the restaurant scene? You need to stay tuned, because our next segment is Restaurant Reality, and that's where the Restaurant Brokers give you the full scoop and unbridled truth about buying and selling a restaurant. We didn't sell thousands of restaurants by being afraid of those four-letter words in the industry, the F word, fail, and the S word, sell. We Sell Restaurants operates the largest restaurant brokerage company in the nation based on the number of listings, transaction count, and volume. We are franchising nationwide and have offices throughout the Southeast. This is Eric and Robin Gagnon. We are the Restaurant Brokers, and we'll return after the break.